Hi, I'm Wei Min, and I have been representing foreign and international investors of Manhattan property for roughly about 20 years now. And we have represented clients from almost every continent. And there are some key observations that we have observed over the years, and just want to share those with you. So if you'd like to reach out to me, send me an email, and I'd love to schedule time to have a chat with you. The commonalities are these. When I have a foreign investor reach out to me, they would have done a lot of research on Google, and there's just information overload. So they always have done a lot of research before reaching out. And when they reach out, there are a lot of things that they know they want, or they think is good, and so on and so forth. But the thing is, the information you see online may not be the right information, okay? Because whatever you see online is biased towards the narrative that whoever is writing it is trying to share. The three key things I see that are the biggest mistakes that foreigners make would be, number one, assuming that the touristy areas are good areas for investment. For example, Times Square, Wall Street, Fifth Avenue, and that's very understandable, because if I'm not familiar with a certain place, let's say I'm not familiar with London, and then I would naturally associate the locations I know of as a tourist or as an outsider with the good areas for investment, but that's not the case. For example, Wall Street. Foreigners think that Wall Street is where finance is. Actually, that's not the case. The only financial institution in Wall Street left is the New York Stock Exchange. Yes, Wall Street used to be the financial area, but that was about 150 or 200 years ago. And the big companies have all left Wall Street already. So Wall Street is basically all tourists, right? So Wall Street is not finance, or where all the financial companies are. And another example is Times Square. Times Square is heavily touristy, very crowded, very congested. Just because it's a famous landmark or area doesn't mean that it's where you should be buying property, and if you're renting out, where you are going to get the apartment rented out right away. So that's number one, assuming that the very touristy areas are the good areas for investment. Number two is deciding based on wow factor. And by wow factor, let's say the buyer may think that a building with a lot of amenities is great. Let's say I have a lot of clients from Singapore and Hong Kong, and having a swimming pool in the condo building is important because a lot of people swim there. But in Manhattan, that's not necessarily the case. So most buildings would not have a swimming pool. And if there's a pool, the pools are really short, less than 25 yards. You can get to the other end with 3 strokes. Okay, because number one, it's really expensive to have a pool, and number two, most people don't swim in Manhattan. So that's an example where just because a building has a pool doesn't mean that it's a good building to be investing in. A third example is proximity to the subway stations. Sometimes a foreign buyer may be swayed into thinking that, oh, this may be further from the subway station, but it's okay, I can always call an Uber. Now, if you're renting out the apartment, proximity to the subway station is very important because most people are going to take the subway to work. Why? It's because it's predictable. If you have to call an Uber every time, your time is not predictable because the car is going to be stuck in traffic. So reality is that almost everyone takes a subway to work unless you have a private driver who's going to be waiting for you in front of your apartment. But if you are renting out the apartment, you have to be close to the subway. By close to the subway, I'm referring to within a 5 to 7 or 8 minute walk. Okay, so that's a local thing also, the time it takes for you to walk to the subway. And if it's somewhere quite far away, then those properties usually sell at a discount, and it's because it's further from the subway. During the winter, it gets very inconvenient, especially if you have to walk, let's say, 3 avenues to get to the subway. And that is why properties that are that much further from the train stations would sell at a discount. So these are 3 examples as to the mistakes that foreign investors make when they're investing in Manhattan property. So if you'd like to schedule time for a chat, send me an email and I look forward to speaking with you.